Alright, hello. Today is day 2 of episode 2. Wait, part 2 of episode 2. Alright, so basically we've gone through the initial investigation, and today we get the fun stuff of getting to go through the actual court case. So, I'm really excited about today. I'm excited about this case in general, and I'm happy we can finally move on. Day 2, trial. September 7th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 1. Last time we were in courtroom number 2. I wonder if it'll be a different judge. I'm not really sure how the judges work in this game, so I'm excited. Monty says, objection! You can't object to this. This is court day. Court is now in session for the trial of Mrs. Maya Fey. Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. That's Mr. Edgeworth. Ace Attorney basic rule, the judge is immortal and everywhere. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I probably should have gone over my court record. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Alright, let's look at our evidence here. It has been a bit of a moment here since I last played this game. Alright, so, number 1, we still have our attorney badge. That's good news. Maya's autopsy report. Oh, wait. Maya. Alright, so I'm defending Maya for Mia's death. Alright, here we go. Mia's autopsy report. Cause of death. Well, numero uno. Time of death was September 5th at 9 p.m. Cause single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. My goodness, is it that easy to off somebody? Alright, Maya's cell phone holds a conversation between the chief and Maya. It says A to check. Alright, good. It's still in here. That's good news. Okay. We have glass shards that, it says it's remains of a glass light stand broken beyond all recognition. Technically, we don't know that this is part of the light stand. In fact, it's been brought into question quite a few times as to what it actually is. So I'm not... It is interesting that we have it for some reason, and I'm not even sure why. We have the Thinker. This is the murder weapon. It looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock made by Larry Butts. Now, we are aware that Mia removed the clock parts of the inside of the clock, so it doesn't work anymore, and that she put evidence in it. I believe it was removed, though. We haven't actually checked. Wiretap was found in Mrs. May's hotel room, so we don't really have any use for this yet, other than the fact that she had it, and that's a bit suspicious. I don't think we should enter this into evidence just yet. And we have a receipt. It's a department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back that says Maya. Again, we are defending Maya here. I really don't feel that this is a great evidence that Maya was responsible for her sister's death in any way. In fact, I don't even know what kind of case they could build. They really have nothing to go on. Alright, let's see. We have Maya Fey. She was murdered. I'm sorry, we have Mia Fey, who was murdered. That's the older sister of Maya Fey. They're attempting to pin this on Maya. We have Dick Gumshoe, who is the detective, who is terrible, and automatically pinned it on Maya based on that receipt. We have Marvin Grossberg, who was a useless defense attorney, who basically completely ignored us. We have April May, with the laziest name in the game. She is part cat or anime chick, I guess. She was an eyewitness to the events and testifies that she saw Maya commit the murder, which is weird because she didn't. We have Miles Edgeworth. He never loses, and he'll do anything to get a guilty verdict, even if it means altering some stuff. We had a bellboy show up at the Gatewater Hotel, not the Watergate Hotel. Alright, let's do this. No weakness here. We've got to win this. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Alright, let's see how condemning he can possibly make this, because we really don't have much to go on. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. I'd love to see this evidence. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. Let's see. Thank you, Mr. Edward. Let's begin then. Who may call our first witness, Your Honor? The prosecution calls Chief Officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Oh boy. Look, he barely fits in this thing. It's great. I like how all of these are technically just upper body profiles. You really don't need anything else. He also said he can't be the attorney while sweating. Yeah, you're right, he did. You're right, that was, Grossberg. He seemed like he was hiding something for sure, and we don't know why. Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of the homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Alright, we got a floor map. Now, yes, no one would take that case. That's true. He did, yeah, that was uttered as well. Here's the good thing. Their witness is Detective Gumshoe, who is a terrible detective. He will say things that isn't great, and if we can prove that he is a terrible witness, or not even a witness, if we can prove that he's a terrible detective in general, we should be able to get him off of the testimonial, I guess. He's not even a witness. As for Miss May, we've got a few contradictions for her, so I'm not particularly worried about her just yet. But right now we gotta make sure Gumshoe here doesn't throw us under a bus. In fact, why didn't he assume it was me? The body was found by this window here. True. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to bleeding. Or due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It said the death was instantaneous. She wouldn't have died from blood loss. Yeah, it says cause was single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. She didn't die from bleeding out. She did bleed, but I don't think that's how she would have died. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the hands of a girl, sir. In the girl's hands. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans. Alright, we got the floor plans, which is good. It's added to the court record, so we get it to... Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Yes, and without any evidence? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. And what is this hard evidence? Detective Gumshoe? Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. And here's the best part. Detective Gumshoe is not good at this. She was there? Alright, here we go. We have to disprove what he's saying here. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant and Miss Maya Fey. And the defendant... Okay, so the defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. But why didn't he arrest us? Why? We had a witness account describing her. Okay, so you described her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Okay, so we need to hear April May's testimony. Because according to Gumshoe, he claims that Miss Maya Fey was there at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Good, Judge. You're paying attention this time. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Whoosh. Smack. Who smacked me? Maya just threw something at me. What is this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. Okay, so yes, this is the pressing thing. They didn't really teach us too much about it last time, but okay, if there's no contradictions, we're going to press the witness to see if they screw up, because as Miss Mia said, lies always begets lies. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. All right, let's press Gumshoe, because Gumshoe was terrible at this. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Hold it, sir. Who did you say you got the call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. That's not an answer. The call was from a customer at the Watergate Hotel, right across from the crime scene. So you're telling me April May called you directly instead of, like, you know, the police department? Or what, did you wait to get... Did she wait on the phone to get diverted to the homicide investigation, sir? Okay, it pressed, but it didn't do much, though. Right, please continue. There were two people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. Wow, you must have been in the area. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So tell us the two people you found, who the two people were you found in the scene. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hold up, tell me about that. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Phoenix, that was embarrassing. Listen, pal, dumb acting won't get you so far. With your funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. You can't, I don't think you can, that's conjecture. Does have a point about her. She's pretty unmistakable. I should pick my voice to press with a little more care. See, did that hurt at all, or? Because I agree, that wasn't a good place to press. But it didn't hurt me either. So, I think maybe in future games, I don't know if they do fix that, but it does seem like just being able to press absolutely everything is interesting. Most of the time pressing will just be more flavor text, which is still good. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why did you do that? Why? Just because she was there? That's not a good reason to arrest her. Why is that? What's your reason? Why, we had a witness account describing her. Alright? The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. And again, this is the problem. We need April May here. We need to talk to April May, because according to this, it was at the very moment of the murder. And we need to know why April May thinks it's that. I can't see a single contradiction there. I just have to take Maya's advice and press him on anything suspicious. As soon as the phone call came, I rushed to the scene. Of course he did. This doesn't seem like a flavor, or this doesn't seem like a good pressing time. Who'd you say you got the call from? Hey, pal. Play dumb. Okay. Yeah, we did. He did say that. Okay, Crest, not sure it did much. Did you just say that twice? Please continue. Two people there already. Whoa, that seemed like it. Okay, we're rewinding. Defendant Miss Maya Fey and the lawyer Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why we had a witness describing her. Alright, let's hear about this description. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? Yes, you did. I heard you say it. You said it. You said it. Exactly what about this woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. She's literally pink. Wait, you don't know? Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Huh? He doesn't. Don't listen to him, Phoenix. Sorry. I got the order of my things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you'll get a loop until you get what you need. Okay. There's something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Oh, this is embarrassing. All right, hard evidence. Here we go. Miss Wizard, I didn't know that you started streaming. And when I found out, it took me forever to get my Bluetooth to work. I'm here now. All right, so we're basically right at the beginning here. Welcome back. Detective Gumshoe here is talking about the hard evidence as to why he thinks Maya did it. April May says that she saw her do it, but so far that's all Detective Gumshoe has told us as the evidence for arresting her on the spot, which really isn't enough. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Here we go. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was in the victim's. Okay, so someone was there long enough to have written this. Ah, here it is. Now, it was written in the victim's blood. That being said, we have direct evidence, of course, according to the autopsy. Death was instantaneous. She couldn't have written that note. Therefore, someone else wrote that note. Why would Maya write her own name on the receipt? And that doesn't make any sense at all. So, let's wreck Gumshoe. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Oh yeah, that does sound... How do you like that? It's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't know anything. I don't know if I should respect the judge yet. I'm still waiting. The first tutorial case, he was particularly useless and fell for everything. This one, he does seem to be not so... he seems like he's paying more attention. So I'm curious what it is. And he did stop my cross-examination for a question. So let's see. The judge's love, the judge's life. All right, let's see. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about that vital piece of information the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. So here's the thing about Gumshoe, like I said earlier. Gumshoe is a terrible detective, and all we have to do is prove that he is a terrible detective. If we can prove that, then he's out. He's a terrible witness, and he's totally useless. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination, and we're already ready to wreck this. All right, let's do this hard evidence here. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Hold up. You're a terrible detective, for the record. And did you find any evidence? No. Don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. No. We're good. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Ho-ho! Then who did write it, Smarty Pants? Who? The killer did. I did! Oh my! The killer did. Killer. Anyone can see that. Huh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. And that's the problem. She's not the killer. She was framed. Ooh. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I got it right here, sir. Ha! I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Not quite. It's coming. Without evidence, you shouldn't... without evidence... Oh, those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Ray. Yeah, pal. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. I really like Miles. Miles is pretty good so far. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Oops, I forgot to press. Oh, cool! You can press left and right. You have proof that it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Oh, he sounds pretty confident. This might not be good. Here's the best part about Gumshoe here. He's confident because he doesn't know what he's doing. There's a famous quote. I can't remember who said it, but they said one of the problems with this world is that people who don't know what they're talking about are, well, I'm paraphrasing here, but people who don't know what they're talking about are often more confident than the people who do know what they're talking about. And the people who do know what they're talking about often doubt themselves because they're smart. And you have too many people in this world who, you know, they don't doubt themselves. They don't question, you know, what they know. And they spew it out as if it is the truth. And Gumshoe is a really great example of that. Lab test shows that the blood was written, I'm sorry, shows that the blood was the victim's. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? Kinda, well, I heard they take the little bits of the blood and the hemoglobin. And here's the thing. Again, we're showing that Gumshoe doesn't know what he's talking about. Hemoglobin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. What? I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Ooh. He's threatening him. Oh. What a mess. Right. Where was I? There was also blood on the victim's finger. Alright, that's the one we want to do. Right, there was blood on the victim's finger. Hold up. Which hand was the bloody finger, detective? That's kind of irrelevant. The right hand. She was right-handed. Ha 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 ha. Nice try. Uh-oh. Guess it wasn't hard to see where I was getting at there. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. And this is when we present the autopsy report, because she died instantaneously. Objection. Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. She was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's what you're saying. Or that's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. The report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. No butting your way out of this one, detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down. Huh? Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? I don't know when I obtained it. Ooh, this is interesting. Is he going to accuse the evidence of being faked? Time of death was 9 p.m., but I don't know when I got it. Messing up on my end. Uh-oh. It doesn't look like I dropped any frames. See your emote? Yeah, we can see your emote. I love cases. Alright, let's see. I don't know when I got it. When? The day after the murder? The day of the murder? I believe it was the day after the murder. I don't remember. Is that relevant? No, not the stream check. I meant my emotes. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was the day after. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the day of. I know that. They wouldn't give it to me immediately. I got it from Dick Gumshoe, actually. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... The autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. Whoa, is he gonna fake this? What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. Whoa. Yeah, Gumshoe did give it to me. Wait, can he do that? But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Whoa, he really is faking this. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to ride Maya. That is all. I see. Darn you, Edgeworth. Should have known you have something up your sleeve. Okay, this is interesting. Updated evidence sounds okay. I don't know if it's updated. I think he's faking it. Like, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Yes, I would assume the autopsy report would have been done accurately the first time. How can we possibly trust the results if, at some point, we're sitting here with updated results? How reliable are these results? Something you want to say? That detective's a sham. The detective is a sham. I'm a sham. You're a sham. Nope, the detective is a sham. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. Can you drop insults like that? How could you give me a faulty report? Thank you. There it is. Huh? I thought... And now look at this. We're able to at least do what we came here to do and remove Detective Gumshoe. That was the main point that we wanted to get here, was to remove Gumshoe, and I needed April May to counter his claim. But in this case, thanks to Mr. Edgeworth's quote-unquote updated autopsy report, we are able to make Gumshoe kind of a... Well, let's just say lose credibility here. Detective Gumshoe? I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. Look at that, he's willing to throw down his own witness. Bodies do show more evidence, and better signs after more time, I think. I think so too, but while that's possible, they shouldn't have rushed out an autopsy report that quickly then. If it's not accurate or not complete. I'm sorry, sir. You're at fault, Detective. Very interesting. I think you would like the Edgeworth games. I don't know what the Edgeworth games are, but it sounds exciting. You play as Miles and have Gumshoe as your lackey. Interesting. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. See, that's the other thing. It's like, where was this? Why wasn't this already? And court is this, but you're on the other side. You have logic trees to connect the evidence. Ooh, this does sound interesting. I'm excited to see where these games do go. Understood. Court accepts the evidence. Alright, so we have a new autopsy report. Died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. So I am excited. I'm really enjoying this game so far, so it's pretty awesome sauce. Alright, let me see. And that's kind of interesting, though. You made it sound like you play this case. But I don't know if you can tell me that just because of how the case is. Because now I don't know if he's... That makes it sound like he's not evil. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. All right, April May, let's do this. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. And yes, Miss Wizard is right. Miss Wizard is right. I think you'd like 12 Angry Men. Miss Wizard and I watched the original one. It's a jury movie for a court case. Let the witness Miss April May take the stand. All right. Exactly what part of her is innocent? All right, let's see. Witness, your name, please. April May. At your service, Wink. Oh my goodness. Really? She doesn't wear pants? Order. Introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wonton winking. I don't know what a wonton winking is, but refrain from wonton winking. Ah, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the hearts of every man in this courtroom. Tell us where you were on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred. Gee, I was like, my hotel room, question mark, teehee? Okay, so here's the thing. We now need to prove that April May is a terrible witness. But here's the problem. We did see her. But the question also was, she was staring at me, not Maya. I feel like she should have reported me, but she didn't. She reported Maya, which is very odd. So, April's already confusing here by acting like she didn't know she was in her hotel room. I checked right in after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Faye & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. So, here's a big question, too. Let's think for a second. April May and Edgeworth here, between April May's testimony and Edgeworth himself, Edgeworth needs to prove that Maya did it. But, I mean, like, there's no motive other than there's a receipt with her name on it. Like, I don't know if that's... Is that enough to condemn somebody? Like, there's no motive at all. What's the motive? Please testify to the court about what you saw. All right, here comes the witness testimony. Witness's account. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. All right, number one. That's interesting. The old autopsy report claims she died at 9. In fact, it was pretty specific that it said 9. $9:27 a.m. All right. What time were we gonna meet for dinner? It might have been 9. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. There's no need for motive if you have hard evidence of someone doing it. I suppose. It just seems irresponsible. Alright, let's see. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. She's actually describing the attack itself. Dodged to one side and ran away. But the girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And then the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy, and she winked. Just gonna get... Well, Your Honor, I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see the need to trouble the witness any. Wait a second, Your Honor. You cannot do that. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? What? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Faye's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Judge going for the plot. I think you're right. I think he's distracted. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yeah, of course. Like, what are you talking about? I'm the defense attorney. What do you mean? I'm not going to cross-examine the witness? I'll gladly proceed with cross-examination. If only because I had a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. She has a weakness, and I'm gonna find it. Yeah, Judge, going for the plot. What is this? It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know? Yeah, like 9, okay? The original autopsy report claims her death was at 9 p.m. Why'd you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Ah, that's pretty good, Phoenix. Oh, well, gee. That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily? And that's the best part about April May. April May's not good at this. She's a bad witness. I sorta, you know... Did you just what? I had a feeling. What? Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Go for it. Like, she literally just... Let's just do it. See how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night? Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him. Whoa, oh no. Oh, the poor girl. Order. Mr. Wright, you've been warned. Poor girl, are you serious? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? Yeah, Judge going for the plot. So's the jury. Thank goodness this isn't a jury. And then, oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The woman with long hair. Was that Maya Fey? Or was that Mia Fey? Oh, uh-huh. Slender, sorta, well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. It's not what I asked you. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Oh, please, Judge, don't fall for that. Look, I just know, okay? Okay, Judge, do you not see how she's just making this up at this point? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. That's right. I question the testimony. Hold it. 1 minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Let's think. I think she's lying too, and the problem is that I've already been warned about badgering the witness, but she's not exactly describing this well. Oh yeah, I did forget about the map. The map's not giving me much to go on here. She said she dodged and like tried to run away and that kind of thing. So she wouldn't have been able to see everything. That is admittedly true. She saw something, that's for sure. She didn't see nothing, but she is lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? And that is a good question. She acted like she didn't know. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. That's absolutely true. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo is far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But still, we don't know if she was dressed like that way the night of the murder. I know that. Ah, but Gumshoe does. Gumshoe was here, and he took her in. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. And she was taken in, too. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rawr. What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing from your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Okay, didn't you say to knock off the winking? Testimony again, if you would. I almost had her. Testimony witness. Alright, let's push her. I did see everything. I did. I can't even present evidence that she didn't, based on the map. Oh, this is a new testimony. Okay, we'll get to that next. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. I want to cross-examine before even letting her finish what it is she's doing. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Okay. The girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. You said she ran off to the right and then hit her with the weapon. But you saw her in the map run off to the right. You couldn't have seen her get hit and run off to the right. She would have been out of sight. That clock. That statue clock. The thinker, I think. Wait a second. Wait. You saw her outfit, but now all of a sudden you know it's a clock? How do you know it's a clock? Nobody said it was a clock. Nobody said it was a clock. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you, Teehee? Yeah, like somebody's feeding you info. Time to cross-examine. I see. I only wish you'd been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Judge, I'd like to remind you that you almost gave her a pass based on some winking. I'm getting a little tired of this nonsense. I did see everything. I did. Okay? Now, alright, we'll present this when we need to with the map. For now, we're going to push her on this detail to get some ugly details out of her. So we're not going to do this just yet. We have this opportunity when she says that she ran off to the right and then hit her. Because we know that she couldn't see everything. Alright, fine. Yes, I'll say it. This isn't a good time to present. First, we're gonna push her on this detail here. So you saw me then, too? Of course. I'd remember that spiky hair anywhere. Spiky? The witness will refrain from personal attacks and the defense attorney. Aw, was I being a bad girl? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stand this girl. Very well, continue. The victim to the woman, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Alright, here we go. The right, as in your right, as you look from the hotel? Ooh, that's a good question. Her right would be to, from the offices to the left. Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand. Right. Right? So yes, for her view, it should have been the right. Yes, that is correct. Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. The map is conveniently from April's perspective. That's a good point. Remember convenient... How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all up, done like a bun. Yes, of course it was, because I told you it was the same. What happened then? And she hit her with a weapon. I saw it. I did. She claims she saw it. That being said, if she ran to the right, she shouldn't have been able to see it. The music didn't stop. Maybe I made a mistake. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. What? Objection overruled? That's... Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. We know she didn't see it. That didn't go so well. Okay, maybe I picked the wrong time to do it. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. Alright, fine. Maybe we gotta press a little. I can't remember what's next in her testimony. Maybe that's a better time. Where did this weapon come from? Okay, so yes, we can... I thought I was going to use the map as in it was out of sight, because we can see the sight line. Okay. It looks like this is the time to use the thinker as the evidence, not the map. So we'll see... Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. She can barely see the desk. She might be able to get away with that one. She can barely see it, so I think she's gonna get away with that one. I see. What sort of weapon was it? That clock. The kind of statue-y thing of the thinker, I think. Alright, now this is very odd. Because she shouldn't know it's a clock. You think I'm supposed to slam it now? Shouldn't I press her to because she doesn't know it's a clock. Maybe press first. Yeah, I think this is the time to press it. A clock? Did this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Alright, so this is where we present it. Oops, wait, I pressed the wrong thing. Oops. Okay, so they're kind of letting me know, hey, here's when you use the evidence. She can't know it's a clock. That is true. Objection. Miss May, what you said just now is quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh. You'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's important here. Or that's all that's important here. Judge, someone's feeding her information. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright? No, I object to that. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. That's not a good defense, Phoenix. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. All right, Judge. Whew. That was close. It was close. A little too close for taste. If he stopped me there, the trial would have been over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because... I heard it? Wow, now, you are totally out. Get this witness out. She's literally lying to the court. Yes, I heard it say the time. Whoa. What? So you've been to the offices, or the law offices of Fay & Co.? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Whoa. 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 Whoa, indeed. And how did you hear it from your hotel room? Wiretap? Office Fay & Co., or where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. How can she hear a clock that has its clockwork removed? That's a good point, too. She could have easily heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Nope. No, Your Honor. And we have the phone as evidence. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. She couldn't have heard it. It couldn't have rung. She couldn't have heard it. Okay, we are talking about the clock here, not that she couldn't have heard it, but... I'm worried that if I go she couldn't have heard it, I'll get objected by Edgeworth, and the judge will stop my questioning entirely. It couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it's inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Because it's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh, see anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. Now, here's the thing. She could have technically heard it through the wiretap prior to Mia removing the clockwork, but the only way she could have done it is by using the wiretap in the first place. That being said, we're not completely confident that's how she might have heard it. I still think she might be fed evidence. It's quite empty. The question is, Mr. Wright, now here's the thing. Here's what's next. Edgeworth could say that how do we know when the clock was emptied? We do have the phone as evidence coming from Mia herself saying that the clock was emptied. So we'll need that later to prove ourselves. Would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness, and here comes the objection, is a big fat liar. Uh-oh. Fat! Well, Miss May, here comes. Tisk tisk. What a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty? Somehow he knew. He has the evidence. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask when was the clock removed? Good point, and we have evidence. If it was after the witness heard the clock, there's no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that's exactly what happened, Your Honor. Edgeworth, you're stretching, and it's embarrassing. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. Not true. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you'd like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is the cell phone. Take that! Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Thank you, Judge. Oh, you have a girly phone. Oh, wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone. It contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Okay, so here's what happens next. Order. So, here's what happens next. We disprove April May. Okay, April May is useless. That being said, we can't disprove the evidence of the new autopsy report. Okay. Next, Edgeworth is going to attempt to prove that Maya was the one who did it because she's the only one who knew the evidence was in there. Okay. That being said, we can eventually follow up with this goofy wiretap we have from April May. But currently, this is where we need to remove April May as a witness and allow Edgeworth to do his work and blaming Maya further due to this being the only person who should have known. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. I like how nobody questions the fact that the little sister is like half the size of the older sister did it. Yes. Well, they did attempt to claim that even in the hands of a small girl, this was by Detective Gumshoe, which was useless and totally disproved, could have done it due to its weightiness. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. let's hear the conversation. Beep. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness ever or even arrived at the hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain to the court? Just how did you know the weapon was a clock? And she still hasn't shown it, and we don't know how she knows. Well, isn't it obvious? We literally had a court case about this thing obviously not being a clock visually. I saw the clock before. You saw the clock before? What are you going to tell me now that you did visit Faye & Co.? What store was that again? I go to so many. But here's the thing. Stores don't sell this, and stores didn't make this. Larry Butts made this. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections to Mr. Wright? Yes, I do. Larry Butts made this. The witness claims she's seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen this clock before. It was made by Larry Butts. Take that! It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and that one isn't here in employee's custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Ooh, nice. Oh, excuses not on sale today. Stop. Don't badger the question. Uh-oh. Oh snap, it's the music! What is it with you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa, you're a witness, you're not supposed to think that. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Oh. This is silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Tee-hee wink. She is scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? She still hasn't answered. Look at that face. I love this writing. I love this amazing side profile of this character. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May knew the weapon was a clock because you've heard about it. You've held it. Nope. You've heard about it. The witness has never held the clock in her hand. However, she has heard it was the clock. It was a clock. She'd heard. This is correct, Your Honor. There was no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. That's a good point. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Oh boy, we really haven't. I don't know how wiretaps work. Maybe they're live only and they don't actually record. So I don't know how we're going to prove other than the fact that she has no defense that she knows it's a clock, which is interesting. Our only proof that it was a clock was this goofy wiretap. We don't know that it is used for Miss May, or yeah, Maya. Oh my gosh, Maya, Mia, Maya, wait, what? Maya, Mia, May. Whew. This court case. Have a look at this. Oh, that. I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone, were you not? I can't prove that. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. Now here's one of the things. Again, she has no defense to claim how she knew it was the clock. And to be honest, this is evidence that, I mean, this is one way she could have heard it's a clock. Until she says how she heard it was a clock, she's messed. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Yes, she did. Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. Alright, let's check it. It's a clock. It's a step. It's made to look like the thinker. Yeah, she says it's a clock. Wait, didn't we already go through this? Proof that the victim said, so Mia, on the phone, that the weapon was a clock. Yes, it's literally here on the phone. Take that! I present the defendant's cell phone. I thought she actually said it in the recording. Alright, well anyway. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Okay, so we just basically have to show it again. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. And again, what is the motive? Now, why was she tapping her phone? That's a whole nother court case, and that does turn this on its head. Am I wrong? And the question is, why was she tapping her? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May, should I follow you? What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. Can we throw her out? It's no fair, all you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, she's crying. That did it. The court's seeing the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why did it? You did it, didn't you? Why the wiretap? That is the question. Why? Why did you tap her phone? Because Mia's working on another case. Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Is it tippity tapping or irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? She's literally dodged questions the entire time, Judge, and you almost gave her a pass. Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? So she's actually a suspect now. I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. Sorry. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Oh God, is she a mind reader? Hey, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who thought that, and of course I can and will. Can't be serious. No way. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. All right, so what's your answer? Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Question mark? Are you questioning it? Why, that's just when I was getting service from the sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. She had alcohol on the table. I saw that. Iced coffee? You know, like normal coffee, but cold? Okay, so we can question the bellboy, but I mean, at the same time, like, are we serious here? If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. You're literally not saying anything. She didn't get coffee. Yeah, the bellboy did say... You're right, the bellboy did say what she got. I can't remember what it was. Think I'm making this up? Asked the bellboy, wink. I don't know about you guys, but do you guys think the bellboy is easily manipulated by April May? I do. There you go. The witness was not on the scene of was not on the scene at the time of the murder. Okay, so that's true. Okay, I can remind you what she got if you want me to. No. This is part of my own weakness. My short-term memory isn't helping. She's probably got a look at the bellboy. Oh wait, was it a cupcake? I can't remember. Okay, so the bellboy will prove her. So where does that leave us? Okay, so the bellboy can prove is her alibi. All right, we're not. All right, this does look bad. It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing to the current case whatsoever. This was good. All right, let's see. What do we have other than the fact that she's a terrible witness? I think we may be stuck here. However, that doesn't exactly prove that it was Maya. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness. That would buy us time and give us more time. We're not going to get anything else out of Miss May here because, to be honest, she does have an alibi. If the bellboy can prove it, then, well, we're kind of messed. We need to call the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already. Objection! I object to calling the bellboy. That's her alibi. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. Okay, so let's think. That's true. However, if you agree to one condition, I will consent to calling this witness. Condition? If April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. I accept that. Therefore, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. Wait a second. We don't know the actual person. That is my condition. What? Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I really don't have any other option, clearly. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. Accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. I'd slam an objection. Blackmailing for a witness. That is true. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. Wow. Oh, we're still going for this. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Really? You brought a tray? Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'd be happy. I am happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy. So without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. Alright, here we go. We are really messed. Blackmailing for a witness. I agree. The problem, though, is that he's right. There's no evidence that says if Miss May's alibi is true, then she couldn't have been the killer. But at the same time, like, the wiretap doesn't have anything to do with the murder in question. So it is possible he could get away with removing the bellboy, because the bellboy doesn't need, well, I don't know. Lies to cover lies will only make more lies to help unveil the truth. Let's do it. Well, we don't know if the bellboy's going to lie, and that's the problem. Is that... I mean, I guess it's possible. How long between I got there and she would have been able to get home and call to accuse Maya? Wait a second. One thing we do know is that May knows that Maya was coming due to the wiretap. So she would have been able to frame her, in theory. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. After 8, okay. She asked for an iced coffee, and I brought it to her at 9 on the dot. 9 on the dot. The original autopsy report claimed that she died at 9 o'clock. The new autopsy report says that she may have been alive for a few minutes afterward. Is this a time code? No, it doesn't. If he brought it at 9 at the dot, that means that he would have been there when she called. I'm not sure if that helps me any. 9 on the dot, she wouldn't have been at the window. And Bellboy here seems to think that he's very precise. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. She requested it at 9. That places the bellboy on Miss May's room at the time. Exactly. Sounds like alibi forcing. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. So you were there at the time? Defense may begin a cross-examination. Alright, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Here we go. Time to press, because really, we don't got much. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. Now this is irrelevant, but we'll go ahead and push for some extra fun. What is it exactly that you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir. Like committing murder at the request of May? You don't need to prove he was involved. You can prove that she wasn't at the window. Exactly. That's a good point. I checked in guest, I check out guest. I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I check Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim, Mr. Ray? You refrain from asking frivolous questions? I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them, and I... Them? Oh, no. The point being, I remember her quite well, sir. Plot. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee, and I brought it to her at 9 o'clock on the dot. Now, here's what's interesting. The autopsy report no longer says 9 o'clock. Wait, I can't go over my witness stuff? I can't check witnesses anymore? Okay. I thought maybe it would say when she did this. I'm really running out of time codes here. Alright, let's see if Phoenix remembers for me instead. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink it after she finished, sir. Interesting. 9. The time of the murder. There it is. I brought it to her precisely the time requested, of course. Guess you slammed the autopsy? Brought it to her precisely the time requested, of course. So we're gonna prove the bellboy being wrong. We could. I'm worried this is too early, but let's just do it. I'm worried it's too too early. Yeah, it says it. Ugh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I lost 2 points there. Objection overruled. Ugh. All right. Yeah, I was a little too early. Whoops. Didn't go so well. Press. Hold it. Precisely 9 o'clock then? That's what we needed. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Ah, here it is. Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Huh. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I'd like that iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on the door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Perfect. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, to our guest, Miss May herself. All right, autopsy attempt again. Let's see if this is the right time. Objection, Your Honor. That statement contradicts this evidence. I might actually lose this because I'm timing it wrong. I think you can continue to loop at the end. All right, let's do this. This is the learn to press case after all. Yes, it is. You're sure that it was April May herself? Okay, so absolutely sure. Okay, so he's further confirming. Okay, I guess we have to prove that it was her. All right, I should have known that. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir, is an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with, an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is it French for embrace? Or an embracer? Oh. It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More like a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget. Okay, so we proved that it wasn't her by the window. I think Miss May was up to something and she wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's so good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. The bellboy's absolutely no reason to lie. Alright, so Edgeworth, you claim the bellboy's telling the truth. If you have any decency, we'll end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait. Please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I will give you one more question, that is all. Okay. This is really it. Now this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Room service. It's the room service. Alright, I'll save. We are going to ask about the room service because of the time. Tell me about the room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see, that is really expensive for iced coffee. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? That's Phoenix, that's not... Yes, well, iced coffee for 2. Ah, there it is. You know, and we don't skimp on the ice, sir. What did he say? What did you say? Or rather, quite... Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That sort of thing that you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite indeed. It was rather, Bannister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... What? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Judge? You fool! I've done it. I've won. This doesn't prove it. April May checked into the twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see the man in the room? That's right, sir. Oh, suddenly you've become my witness, Mr. Bellboy. Your Honor, we had just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of the new facts, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Would you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man who was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it were too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That's all for the that's all today for the trial of Maya Fey. The court is adjourned. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? And again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. He was trying to send you to jail, Maya. Welcome to More Than One Day Trials. Yeah, I was kind of wondering when this was going to happen. I kind of assumed there would be multiple day trials, and it was pretty clear we didn't have enough evidence to prove the murderer, but we did have enough evidence at least to get Maya off. Well, barely. Huh? The face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Maya, you're accused of murdering your sister, and I just barely got you off. Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I've got a great lead on today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after all, anyway? I heard that they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. Good. Ooh, we can go down to the detention area and interrogate Miss May. This will be great. Funny enough, Ace Attorney World trials can't take more than 3 days. That's fascinating. I believe Nick did tell me that there were a few things about the Ace Attorney series in general, how they had, or how there were different rules about their world and how it is. For example, judges, the judge and jury. There's no juries or anything like that, as far as I'm aware of. I forgot to watch episode 1 on YouTube. It's the tutorial episode. It was a really fun case, but it was Hamster. How you doing? Good morning, my good sir. But it was really fun to learn about how to play the game. So the first episode is a pretty great reaction to the series itself. So if you do want to check that out, by all means, it is up there. I'll be posting this one as well. This is day 2 of trial 2, so that's pretty good. And just so you know, Mandu, it is lunchtime for you, and I will actually be ending the stream after I pretty much wrap up this conversation. So thank you guys all for joining me. I'm going to finish up this conversation. I'll save, and we will continue this on Wednesday. There was a point later in the first game that would never, ever happen in Corn. All right, I'm curious. So Hamster has played these games. This is my first initial blind run of this entire game. So I have been excited. I have been really enjoying it. I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Oh yeah, we got a question for whoever this man was. Anyway. This case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm gonna find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. That sis thing. Driving me bananas. Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. Alright. I don't know if it's actually gonna end here, so I'm gonna go ahead and save. The only ones I haven't finished was 4 and the latest one. Wow, you played a lot of this. I'm only on court case number 2. I asked for the full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial for tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. May testimony was added to the court record. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. I can't wait to continue this court case starting Wednesday. So, I'm really excited. I've really enjoyed the game so far. That was part 2 of Court Case 2. Look forward to, I guess, part 3. I don't know if... Mandu said there's only 3 days allowed for these, so hopefully, Wednesday, we should wrap up this case. I'm really excited. Thank you guys for joining me.